Welcome back everyone. I am Bharat. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. The agenda of today's video would be we'll walk through what we have done till now and understand about ECS services and its merits. And we'll also see differences between creating an ECS service versus running a standalone task, which you have done in the earlier video. And then we'll create ECS service and we'll walk through the outcomes of ECS service versus running standalone task. So let me open up VS Code here. So this is the file that we have created earlier for creating a simple Flask API, and Docker file for creating an image and building it and pushing it to ECR. Let me open up browser here. I've logged into the AWS Management Console. Let's open ECR and ECS. So this was the repository with an image pushed here, and in the ECS console we had created a cluster under which we were running a task. So this is what we have done till now. Now here you can see there's a tab called services. So we'll speak about that now. Let me minimize this as well. So let's talk about ECS service and its merits. The services tab which you saw, that is part of ECS where you can create a service. The merits of it would be that it can create a desired number of tasks that we want, and if something goes wrong with any of the tasks, it can recreate it for us. So now coming to the differences of this ECS services and running the standalone tasks. As we have seen earlier, we have created a task. If something goes wrong with the tasks, it gets stopped. It won't get created automatically again. But ECS service does that for us. Enough of the theory, and let's get onto the console and create an ECS service. Before doing this, I would like to show you a point which I had discussed a few minutes ago, that if something goes wrong with this standalone task that we are running, it won't get created again. So let me stop it forcefully. Click on stop. You can see it is stopped. Let's wait for a few seconds. So it is not created again, right? So now let's go to services tab. Let's click on create. Launch type would be Fargate. We'll choose the task definition and its version. Platform, let's keep it latest. Cluster, we'll choose it, and let's give our service a name. I'll simply call it Flask app. Number of tasks. So this is the desired number of tasks that we want our service to always have intact. So we can give like from 1 to any number of tasks that we want. So I'll just give 1 over here, or maybe let's give 2 for this demo purpose, and let's leave everything as it is, and let's click on next step. Here we would choose VPC and subnets, same as running standalone tasks, but you would add some additional things here. So let's choose the security group which we had already created for running a task. Save it. And load balancer part, here we can choose application load balancer, network load balancer, anything. So we'll cover this in the later parts. So for the scope of this video, we'll stick on to only creating a service. And a note that once we have created a service here, we cannot modify this load balancer type here. Okay, let's click on next. Let's leave it as it is. Click on next. So let's review this. Everything looks good. Let's create a service. So our service is now created, and this is the service that is created, and these are the tasks that are running. So you can see there are 2 tasks because we had provided the number of desired tasks as 2, and they are getting provisioned. So you can also check in the events part what is happening. You can check logs as well. So you can see both tasks are running. Let's click on any of them. Let's copy the public IP and access port number 5000. You can see it is returning the response. Now let's go back and go to the other task and copy its public IP and try to access port 5000. You can see it is returning back the response as well. So both IPs are returning us the responses. So I had added another point while specifying differences between a standalone task and a service that we created. So now let's try to stop any of these tasks. So instead of stopping it here, let me click on cluster, go to our clusters page, and here you can see this service which we created. Okay, let's try to stop any of the task here. Let's click on stop and see what happens. So you can see this will not be accessible anymore because we had stopped the task. Let's refresh. You can see another task is being provisioned for us, which was not happening when we ran a standalone task. So this will take few seconds, and this will also be in the running state. You can see the desired state is running. Let's wait for a couple of seconds. Yeah, it is running. So the IP gets changed here again. So let's copy this, paste it over here, and try to access port 5000. You can see it is returning back the response, and this is returning back the response as well. So these were the use cases of creating an ECS service over running a standalone task. So that is it for this video, guys. If you found this was helpful, hit on the like button, share it with your friends, and drop your valuable thoughts and suggestions in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet, and hit on the notification bell so you never miss out any of our latest updates. Thank you for watching. I look forward to meet you guys in the upcoming videos.